For what it's worth, it takes a lot to give. Push, drive, and ambition with a little help on the side to help me cope in a place that I never feel safe and only free when I'm on my own self-medicating. Trapped like a bird in a cage. So mad at life, my nerves are a strain. So sad at times, they say time's a healer, but I still feel pain.
I come to you on behalf of my generation to talk to you about this little plant situation. See, a lot of politicians hate it, but I'ma break it down and demonstrate to you why it's not as bad as they make it sound. See, you're the president that I believe can handle this. Heck, your campaign slogan was, yes, we cannabis. Hey. Just kidding, but seriously, let's examine this subject truthfully, dog. Look, see, you taught constitutional law at Harvard, right? In 96, well, you should know the Declaration of Independence was drafted out of hemp. So was the flag, so were the sails that pushed our ships on the path to the colonies. So what's the fuel used for Henry Ford's Model T? So in a sense, you could say that pot has actually driven American history.
Please, it makes you lazy and underachieve.
But how can that be when some of the most successful people smoke weed? From Walt Disney to Milton Fried, from Stephen King to Steve Jobs, the apple didn't fall from the tree. You get it? Steve Jobs, apple, trees. Jobs created the Apple computer, high off weed. See, people believe that this plant is sinful. But let's go back in time and find out exactly where these beliefs came from. Cause before the 1930s, you could blaze up, but after the 1930s, things changed up. Cause that's when President Hoover commissioned a man named Harry J. Anslinger as head of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics. His middle name's ironic, cause he was the main guy attempting to demonize marijuana. I mean cannabis sativa. See, the name marijuana he created as propaganda for the people to make it sound more dirty and a little more evil. He figured if he could scare the public enough, they would want it illegal. He teamed up with newspapers who had their own motivations.
Like what?
Google Decorticator. The newspapers printed fake stories about how every puff destroys your brain, making you crazy, insane, prone to murder and rape. They use race and then said again that we makes white women want to get pregnant by Negroes and immigrant Mexicans. And based off of no research or investigation, Congress rubber stamped that legislation, and then poof, there was a law around it. So we accepted it and never thought about it. But let's get smart about it. Lies and greed are the real reasons that it's illegal, and the reason you got that look on your face when I talk about it.
Mr. E, marijuana's illegal for public health reasons. We don't want the American people breathing that stuff in and smoking it. Ain't nothing wrong with a little game day buzz, but marijuana's a dangerous, useless gateway drug. And you want me to legalize so that the kids can get it easier? Well, what can I say? Either that's something to laugh at, or bro, you're more of a jackass than Kanye.
These high school boys and girls are having a hop at the local soda fountain. Innocently they dance. Innocent of a new and deadly menace lurking behind closed doors. Marijuana, the burning weed with its roots in hell. In this film, you will see the ease with which this vicious plant can be grown in your neighbor's yard, rolled into harmless-looking cigarettes, hidden in an innocent shoe or watch case.
If you want a good smoke, try one of these.
You will meet Bill, who once took pride in his strong will as he takes the first step toward enslavement.
Of course, if you're afraid.
Smoking the soul-destroying reefer, they find a moment's pleasure, but at a terrible price. Debauchery, violence, murder, suicide, and the ultimate end of the marijuana addict. Hopeless insanity. See this important film now, before it is too late.
If you really want to stimulate the economy and mitigate the problems that emanate from poverty, it's time to legalize this billion-dollar commodity. Harvard professor Jeffrey Myron estimated $9 billion generated in taxes from regulation, plus another 11 will be saved from law enforcement resources and incarcerations. That's 20 billion total every year. You saying this country don't need that kind of paper? Put it towards environment, invest in education, infrastructure in conjunction with job creation, or maybe a combination. Just stop laughing at the situation and give it serious consideration. It ain't a joke, ain't nothing funny. The country's broke and its people need money. It's simple economics. Listen, you did it, Bush did it, Clinton did it, Lincoln did it, and now you throw people in prison for this crime that we committed. Mr. President, if it's such a sin, then why don't you and the men I just named turn yourselves in?
But.
I beg your pardon? See, I don't want to hear that circular logic. We ain't in that Oval Office. Let's be honest, if you got caught with marijuana the day you smoked, there wouldn't even be an Obama, no Barack at that prestigious college or Harvard getting his speeches polished with honors. Cause today, you can't get a student loan if caught with one weed cigarette. But you can have a rape conviction on your record and still get a check from the government. Yo, what the fuck is this? Do you not see injustice when it's people suffering sick, dying of cancer, whose only relief is a plant proven to ease pain? But stigma, forget the opinions of politicians, cause collective ignorance don't mean wisdom. Forget about pandering to the system, cause when the system's wrong, sir, it's your duty to go against it. I urge you to reread that 9th Amendment and have courage and conviction and remember your commitment to the people. Cause what if it was Malia? What if she needed a drug that was illegal to survive? Will things change? Will they be a little different? Will policy remain? Put yourself in that position. And nah, I'm not wishing that on you, just illustrating the consequences of this little plant situation. Cause a lot of politicians hate it, but I just broke it down. It's up to you to step up, sir. The time is now. I say the time is now. I hope you step up, sir. The time is now.
It's inside you forever, like DNA. More times I endeavor for the better ways to live life peacefully and more clever in every way. Who says crime never pays? I don't like who I've become, but I am who I am. All I know is how to stand on my own 2 feet and always be prepared like a man on remand, with a little bit of hope, but with no definite plan. I talk about pain a lot because it's a tough subject, and a subject that's left me fucked and mentally upset with no help. These days doctors ain't got no time to listen, just impatient GPs with no vision on the situation, just dishing out tabs like there's no tomorrow. And the only solution that's given is for you to take and swallow and come back in a week for your weekly prescription as follows. Mental health is a serious issue, and my issue that needs to be taken seriously is in view, but I can't grab it. Like a deer chasing a rabbit, I'm only left with my fears leaving me sporadic. For 10 years I've been dealing with my demons and habits, but now it's time to face facts and erase that rage and replace that with faith and saying to embrace greatness in order to maintain in safe hands. Dealing with depression. 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 I'm angry as fuck, then I'm happy the next. Suffering terribly as I anger and sweat. Bipolar maybe, or am I just a miserable mess? I go crazy over the noises I keep hearing in my head. You need to do this, you need to do that. No time for stopping, no time for rethinking the past. But that's all I seem to think about. Old days, mum in the house, the boys knocking. Yo M, you coming out? Nothing better than your childhood, wow. Now all I have is memories, but it's killing me how I'll never see you again or hear the words from your mouth. I just want you to know I love you for what you've done and how you've made me now. If there's anyone I need to thank, it's you without a doubt. It hurts so fucking much, but I need to repent to help me feel what needs to be said. I owe you so much and I'll never forget everything you've done. I love you, mum, and I know I'll see you again. Dealing with depression. 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 It's kinda hard to imagine my life without pain these days. Trying to fight my demons and conquer conflict with grief and pain. Sometimes there's no control in these ways. Feeling like Ronnie O'Sullivan when I leave my mind in these frames. Loads of options to choose to take shots, but he's afraid. But I know my cues, my plot to do what I got to take charge and aim for a better way, to a better place, for a better me and my mental state. I got energy, I just need to elevate and live for stopping me from progressing in many ways. I got a gift, so why don't I open it? I guess it's hard to unwrap the truth when you're always exposed to the emotion shit every day. Real friends, who's they? True friends turn fake. It's hard to trust when all you're around is jealousy and people with a smile being two-faced. I see myself a loner, like literally two mates. Call me antisocial, I call it being too safe. Dealing with depression. Anyone ever knows what it's like? Dealing with depression.
And so it's critically important that that doctors in the future understand this control mechanism. And we're finding out that that manipulation of this endocannabinoid system will control diabetes. It controls cancer. It controls whether you can survive a heart attack or stroke. And so this is critically important for doctors to understand this new science. And the discovery of the endocannabinoid system is the single most important medical scientific discovery ever, and will save more lives than the discovery and application of sterile surgical technique. And I'm a heart surgeon saying that. So more people will be saved by manipulation of the endocannabinoid system than are currently saved by surgery.
I would say this is a rational approach to an irrational law. There was no reason for cannabis ever to be illegal. And countries like the Netherlands have shown for the last 25 years you can have sensible access to cannabis either recreationally or therapeutically. And the country actually survives. It doesn't disappear under a realm of individuals who are getting addicted or getting psychotic. So what we're trying to do and what these people are trying to do is allow themselves to have appropriate access to a relaxant or a medicinal drug without fear of getting caught and criminalized.
I thought the same thing. You know, I didn't start smoking pot until about 5 years ago. I thought pot made you stupid. You know, I bought into it just as much as anybody did. I realized when I was like 30 years old that I was tricked. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. People say, well, you can abuse marijuana. Well, shit, you can abuse cheeseburgers too. You know, you don't go around closing Burger King because you can abuse something. I can take a fucking fork and jam it in my eyeballs. That means forks should be illegal? You know, I could jump off a bridge. Should we outlaw bridges? Let's nerf the world. Hi, Larry, how are you?
Come in, come in. Good to see you. How you feeling? It's been a bit of a rough week, really. And the best way to take it is to put it under your tongue and rub it in your cheek. Don't do too much, you're going to be asleep all afternoon.
Dealing with depression. 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 Dealing with depression.
I think you're calmed down. So quickly. Isn't that amazing?
He used just a single drop, and his hands afterwards were rock steady, and the dyskinesia left.
It was so bad. It works most of the time.
Like it's Scrabble.
Exactly. Did you guys get lunch? So are you hungry now?
A person like me could really use marijuana. It makes me angry that I can't get out of my home state.
Inside of me, a joke or a stress head full of anxiety with humorous irony. But what you expect when you're surrounded by backstabbers, by blocks of flats where rats scatter, cocks and brats who act badder, but nothing but idiots with 5 flaggers of cider inside their bladder. You can paint a perfect picture, but the picture will never be perfect. Who's to say what is and what ain't? You just do what you do and make what's worth it. I have visions and dreams, push drive, but no reversing. I'm only moving forward with the force I'm enforcing. I take all criticism in and use it to my advantage. No, never ignoring. This is in my blood. Always standing up. No time to ever be snoring. Dealing with depression. 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 Dealing with depression.
A breakthrough drug treatment that actually shrinks cancerous tumors has been discovered by researchers at the University of London. That breakthrough is marijuana.
Cigarettes. Is that surprising? Think about it, sir. How many drug dealers you know ask the CID? And stop saying it's a gateway drug, something so strong that you can't break away from. Big homie, listen, quit being a politician. Studies show it's not addictive, and the gateway theory's a lot of fiction, a contradiction, and you can quote me on it. You said marijuana was a useless drug? Hold up a moment.